Well, hello, everyone. My name is Angela Rye. I did not go to Hawthorne. I went to St. Therese Elementary School, but a principal who was my principal connected me with your school so that I could read to your class. I have a good friend of mine who just wrote a new book. I know this is backwards for you all, but it is Kamala and Maya's Big Idea. And it's by Meena Harris, who is a great friend of mine, and she is a leader for young women, and she's done so much work in the world. She runs a campaign called Phenomenal to help teach us to be our very best selves, named after Maya Angelou's poem, Phenomenal Woman. And so today we're going to do story time together. And I'm so glad that you all are connected with so many of your friends you haven't seen since March. And I'm hoping that you have an amazing summer if you get the chance. I ordered some books for you all. I hope they get there by next week and that you'll take time to read it yourself. Okay, so let's get started. And I'll stop to ask questions of you all along the way so I can make sure that you are engaged with more than just silly putty over there. I see that. So let us get started. Okay, this is Kamala and Maya's Big Idea by Meena Harris. You know what should be out there? Kamala asked her sister Maya. Us, said Maya. And Kamala said, a slide. And a swing, Maya added. A playground, they shouted together. Kamala and Maya had an idea. It was a very good idea and a very big idea. They were going to need help. Wouldn't it be great if there was a playground in the courtyard, Maya said. That does sound nice, Mommy agreed. How can we make that happen? Kamala asked. Well, I suppose the first step would be to ask the landlord, the person who owns the building. Let's stop right there and let me ask you all, do you all know what a landlord is? Raise your hand if you know what a landlord is. Okay, somebody tell me what a landlord is. Is it off mute? Make sure I unmuted everybody. Somebody want to tell me? No, not really. Oh, somebody's talking. No? Okay, well, we're going to keep going. We'll learn more about it. But in this story, the landlord is a person who owns the building, okay? And I don't know about you all, but I definitely want a playground by my building. I don't know about you all, but I could definitely use that. Okay. So Kamala wrote a letter and Maya drew a picture, and they went to see the landlord to discuss their idea. The landlord thought about it for less than a second. I don't think so. No. That was not the answer they wanted, but they weren't ready to give up. That night, the sisters tried to think of ways to turn a no into a yes. They asked the other kids in the building if they wanted a playground in the courtyard. Did they? Of course they did. And they had ideas too. Let's have a teeter-totter and a basketball hoop and flowers. So Kamala wrote a longer letter and they went to see the landlord together. This is what that letter said. Dear landlord, right now the courtyard of our building is empty and no one uses it. If there were swings, kids could fly high. If there was a sandbox, kids could build. If there was a slide, kids could go so far, so fast. Can you build it, please? The landlord thought about it for less than 5 seconds. A project this big is expensive. We don't have the money for that. Do your parents know you're here? This was not the answer they wanted, but Kamala was not ready to give up. If we ask our parents and do it all ourselves, can we fix up the courtyard? The landlord thought about that for a whole 10 seconds. Finally, he shrugged. If you can do it yourselves, sure. Hold on, I got too many pages. There we go. This wasn't exactly the answer they wanted, but it was a start. The kids all spoke to their parents about their ideas for the courtyard. They hung up posters and knocked on neighbors' doors. But they got the same answers from everyone. I'm sorry, Wow, that is a big job. Wish I could help. Which they knew meant no, no, no. But then Mr. Green, that's Mr. Green. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Mr. Green stopped to talk. I work construction and I could maybe get some scrap lumber and some sand for a sandbox. Really? Kamala said. Yes, exclaimed Maya. Okay, I'll try. It wasn't a yes, but right now, maybe was the sweetest word they had ever heard. Maybe gave them hope. The next weekend, maybe turned into a yes. The kids all helped measure and Mr. Green cut the boards. Then they sanded and hammered and sanded some more. Then came the actual sand. They were all thanking Mr. Green when Miss Lopez stopped to talk. I work at a garage. Maybe they have an extra tire for a teeter-totter. Another maybe. In the weeks that followed, lots of I don't knows turned into maybes and then yeses. No one could do everything, but everyone could do something. Kamala and Maya wanted everyone to celebrate the new playground, so they made another big poster inviting their neighbors to a potluck party. There were hot dogs and hummus. You guys like hummus? I like hummus now. I didn't used to. Spicy chicken and potato salad, strawberries and brownies and lemonade. Mrs. Flores set up a sprinkler for the kids to run through. Mr. Green brought the music. Kamala admired the new playground, but she noticed there was still one thing missing. No one knew how to make a slide, but Miss Flores knew where they might buy one. I teach at Emerson Elementary, and they are redoing their playground. Maybe we could buy the old slide. This was a different kind of maybe. A how can we afford that maybe? But now everyone was trying to find a way to turn that maybe into a yes. These brownies are delicious. Maybe we could have a bake sale. We can all bring toys and books and have a sidewalk sale. No one could do everything, but everyone could contribute something. When the slide arrived at last, Maya and Kamala got the first ride. The landlord was impressed. I want to shake your hands, girls, he said. You did a good job. You all did a good job. Kamala and Maya had an idea. It was a very good idea and a very big idea. And with a lot of help, they made it happen. Hooray for Kamala and Maya. Hooray for the persisters. What's next, Kamala? Kamala, looking up, said, I'm wondering what the view is like from the roof. So this is a true story based on Meena Harris and Kamala Harris, and Meena is Kamala Harris's niece. Kamala Harris ran for president this year, and she is the only Black woman in the United States Senate, if you guys don't know that. So I would love to answer any questions you have and talk about any good ideas and big ideas you all have. I'm going to take you off of mute now so you can ask your questions or make your statements. Here we go. Okay, everybody's unmuted who would allow me to. There are some folks who muted themselves. What did you all think?
It was good.
It was good. You have any questions from the book? Can you all understand how they talk to the landlord is the same way we have to deal with elected officials and maybe principals at our school and our teachers when we need something? We have to speak up and come up with a good idea. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, is there something that you all are trying to do at school that you want to do, or something that you're trying to do at home that you want to do? Yes, sir. I don't know who that is. It's the number is 2N6.
Carl, you can unmute yourself and say it.
I don't think I can unmute him. Let me try. It's not letting me unmute you, honey. I think you have to do it. Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Maybe at school, does there's 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 a little stuff that I want to have in the backyard, but some of them is too big. But I want the picture thing in the middle that you can push and it will spin.
So you're saying there's,
Oops.
I'm sorry. Say the last part one more time for me. One more time? No? Gave up.
I think he was maybe talking about a swing or something that spins on the playground, Carl.
He's saying he wants a swing.
Yeah, we actually don't have any swings on our playground.
Oh, well, have you written a letter? Like Kamala and Maya wrote a letter? Did you write a letter? You want to write a letter? No? Who would want to write a letter to get a swing on the playground? Somebody, Jeff's iPad would. Celeste and Margot, uh-oh, now you're ready to write a letter. So I see some hands going up. It looks like we have a little movement. So you guys are going to write a letter asking for a swing, the kind of swing you really want. Yeah? And it might be a good idea to do some research to see how much swings cost. You know what research is? You know what Google is? Yeah. So you can look online to see how much they cost. So when you write your letter, you can say how much they cost. How many of you all would be willing to raise the money, like to do a bake sale like they did in the book? Would you do that?
Yeah.
I would buy some bake sale items from you all. I bet somebody can make some good cupcakes and brownies and stuff. I think this one is it Reese, R-H-Y-S? Looks like you have a question. Can you unmute yourself? Because it's not letting me do it.
I was just, I would write a letter, but, I would write a letter, and I specifically would like a tire swing, like a tire from a car. I'd like a tire swing.
Mm-hmm. A tire from a car swing. Okay, so then maybe there are some businesses in the community that would donate your tire so that you can have your swing. So maybe you could write a letter to, like, maybe there's a car shop. But the other thing to think about is a tire from a car might be kind of small. You might want a bigger tire, like a tractor tire or something.
Can you hear?
Maybe not quite a tractor tire, but something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You try that. And I think, is it Eve? Eve, do you have a question or are you stretching? I can't hear you, but you're not on mute.
So it says space hamster, but is that Jace?
Sure.
No,
it's not working.
Kenyatta, right?
Who else do we have? Do we have any more questions? Well, I will tell you all that I really like that story because it tells us that we all can do something to make a difference. And I think that's really, really important in the day and age that we live in because so many people are trying to figure out what to do to make a difference. So whether it's something at your own school or in your own neighborhoods, or in your own city, in your own state, in your own country, or in the world, you all can make a difference. So I am so grateful that you all allow me to do story time with you all. I'm so glad that you were able to see some of your friends from school. And before we leave, I definitely want to invite you all to say whatever else you would like to. So I unmuted you all again, and then after that we can disconnect. Yeah. Don't have anything else? No.
Wait,
bye.
Can I leave now?
Huh?
I want to stay.
I have a question. Is this your first book that you've written? No, this author is telling us about a book she wrote.
Say that again.
Oh. Is this your first book that you've written, or have you written more?
This is not a book that I wrote. This is my friend Meena Harris. It's her book.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've not written any books. I have only written articles.
Okay.
But this is my friend Meena Harris.
Got it.
Say that one more time.
Wow.
Yes, she wants to hear.
Steve, is your volume working now? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Hi, Melissa. Hi.
Kaylin, do you want to unmute yourself and ask a question? I see your hand.
Meet Honey the honey bear. Let's stop messing around. Okay. Get your phone off my feet.
Okay, everybody. Well, I'm not going to keep you all afternoon, but thank you so much for doing story time with me. I hope we can do it again when you're back in school and I can come see you at school maybe.
No.
Wait, are we leaving now?
Well, if you don't have any questions.
And does anybody else have a question? Galen?
Comment.
A comment.
So my family was making masks for the people, and we're trying to help the people. So yeah.
Oh, yes, that's a big contribution.
Oh yeah.
When you think about how people are being so impacted and getting sick, that is such a big thing you all are doing. You all are local heroes for that. So thank you.
I want to stop messing around now.
Questions? Are you all leaving?
Galen and Joshua, I see you if you want to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question.
No.
There's a hand at the bottom. His name is Angela on the screen.
That's an amazing video now.
But it's on mute, so you have to unmute yourself. I know. It's not working.
Oh, there you go, Galen.
When you're talking about the bake stand, I know someone who is really good at baking. My sister.
Oh.
She for my birthday, she actually baked a chocolate layer cake.
What? Was it good?
Yeah, we still have it.
You do? You didn't eat it all?
My birthday was on Tuesday.
Oh, so you're taking your time. That's a responsible thing to do. Well, maybe we can ask your sister if she would contribute to the bake sale for the swing, since there are no swings on the playground. We want to change that. Who's going to start the letter?
Are we leaving now? Are we leaving now?
If you want to leave now, we can. I wanted to make sure you all got all your questions and comments out. You got everything off your chest? Well, thank you all for story time. Let me know when the bake sale happens and when the swing letter happens. I'm happy to help with the letter.
Okay.
Very cool. Second graders, what can you say to Miss Rye for joining us today and reading us that great book?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. You all be careful and stay safe, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Is there anybody you want to say hi to? Thanks, Miss White.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for reading the book. That was great.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Thank you. Bye, everybody. I don't want to hang up because I know some of you haven't seen your friends, so I'm trying to make sure you get that time.
Okay, so if you're still here, you could turn your videos on if you need to. Any more questions if you have them, or just wave goodbye.